Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Pokemon collection video from me. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you my Spinda binder. So I've made it no secret here on this channel that my favourite Pokemon is Spinda. I have shown my Spinda collection before. I do need to do an updated video on that at one point. The last time I showed you my Spinda collection, I didn't have a dedicated binder to Spinda. I do now, so I wanted to go through my binder. I'm very, very proud of it. So this is what the binder looks like. It's a 4-pocket binder from Vault X. Vault X has fast become my favourite place for binders. Now I do apologise for the floor, for the background here, because this is the only place my tripod wants to stand up, evidently. But this is my Spinda binder. So there is nothing on the back. I'll just quickly show you the back. But I absolutely love how the Vault X binders feel. So if we look at the front again, we have 2 Daiichi Pan stickers here. I also have these in this binder. So we'll be looking at TCG and non-TCG today. So the trading card game and the non-trading card game, obviously, other stuff. So we have 2 Daiichi stickers here, we have a Bandai Kids sticker, and we have 2 mini stickers here and here. You will see all 5 of these stickers again in the binder as we go along, but this is how it's currently decorated. Of course, I've got lots of space, so I would like to get more Spinda stickers. And hopefully we can get a good angle here, but this is the start of my Spinda binder. So I am putting the TCG cards in from oldest to newest. So the oldest Spinda card is EX Hidden Legends. And as you can see, this page is completely empty. I don't have any of these Spinda cards at the moment. So I definitely need to complete my English Spinda TCG. I'm aiming to get every English Spinda card and every Japanese Spinda card. So you'll see that as we go along. The Japanese section is new, so you won't have seen any of those before. So let's now turn the page. So here we are greeted with all of these Spinda cards. And I'm not going to talk about them in too much detail, but as you can see on this page, we are missing the reverse holo of this card here and the reverse holo of this card here. There isn't actually that many Spinda cards in English. Off the top of my head, I believe there is 10, which means I need 20 with reverse holos. And again, I have shown these in more detail in previous videos, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. But I just absolutely adore Spinda. So we now move on to this page, and I have all of them here. So this is not empty. There's no other cards to go there. The last Spinda card that was released was Paradox Rift. I can't believe it was that long ago. I definitely need a new Spinda. And this is the Pop Series Spinda. So this one isn't technically in order. This one is just at the end here. But yes, the last Spinda card that was released was Paradox Rift. So now we move on, and here we have a space for the Spinda Tops cards. So you have Spinda Tops 2003, number 78, and the foil version. I don't currently own either of the Spinda Tops cards, as you can see, but one of them I have got my eye on with somebody. I'm not going to say too much, but that should be home with me quite soon. Then we have this teeny tiny Spinda magnet, which I have shown in detail before. Very, very tiny. We now move on to the Japanese section, which again is new. So I don't have any reverses in Japanese yet, I don't believe, but we have Undone Seal, Mirage Forest, and again, there's not that many Spinda cards in Japanese. Moving on, as you can see, I am missing quite a few. This is a new venture for me, these Spinda cards in Japanese. And then again, and this is Paradox Rift, or the equivalent, which is called Ancient Roar in Japanese. So that is all of my Spinda Japanese cards currently. Again, I can't quite see what you're seeing, so I hope you're getting a good angle here. I certainly hope so. So let's now move on to stickers. So we have the 3 Spinda Daiichi Pan stickers. There are only 3 currently. I hope they make some more, but at the moment there's only 3 Daiichi stickers. And this one is the only one that I don't have a double of. You haven't seen this one on my binder. These 2 are on the front of the binder. Similarly, here's the 2 little stickers that you saw earlier. And then we have this section here. And you'll have to forgive me, I don't know the names of everything, I'm still learning, but I believe these are Armada stickers. These are exactly the same. So we have the front and the back. So this back here is the same as this. I hope that makes sense. And then we have the front and the back of this one, because Spinda is, of course, as you can see, featured on the back, as well as, of course, on the front. Now, I think there are more stickers in this style, but I don't have all of them yet. Continuing on with stickers, we have the My 365 sticker. You'll have to excuse that one is sideways. We have this sticker here, and this is a gorgeous silver sort of hollowing when you move it about. It's actually got 2 Spindas on. And another sticker I've seen in this style is a Spinda and Torchic sticker. I don't currently own that one, so that is one that I will be interested in getting in the future. You've seen this sticker already. This is on the front of my binder. This is the Bandai Kids sticker, and if you watched my previous video on my Spinda collection, this sticker came with, oh, I've just knocked the camera there. This sticker came with the Spinda figure that I owned, the little puppet figure. Then we have this sticker here. As you can see, it says Pachil, which is Spinda's name in Japanese. So clearly a Japanese sticker here. I think most of the stickers are Japanese, to be fair. This is definitely one of my favourite stickers. Then we move on to a sort of random section. We have this tiny Spinda stamp here. Again, if you watch my bonus Whatnot videos, a lot of this has come from Whatnot, so you will have seen these before. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And then we have the back of a Topsun Versus card here. This is a double, and you will see the Topsun Versus in one moment. So let's now move on, and these are the Topsun Versus I was talking about. Unfortunately, they are sideways in the binder, so you'll have to excuse that. There's no other way to have them. So we have Spinda and what I believe is Surskit. We have Spinda and Delcatty, Spinda and Claydol, and finally Spinda and Bennett. I think that's Bennett. So these are the only 4 Topsun Versus cards featuring Spinda. There won't be any more. I don't believe Topsun Versus are still being made, so this collection is complete. Now we move on to the other side. This is my playing cards section. So we have my Spinda Old Maid card and the back of the Spinda Old Maid card. This is also a Spinda on the front, but as you can see, there's a little Spinda on the back there. And this back here is the same for the entire blue back deck. You will have seen in a previous video that I do have the full collection of Old Maids with the blue back deck, because Spinda is with the blue back, because Spinda is of course featured on the packaging of the blue deck as well. So I do have a complete deck. I also have this card in an Ace 10 graded, and I think you've seen that as well. So as I say, this is my playing card section. So we have this teeny tiny playing card here. Unfortunately, I am unable to tell you what set this is from or anything like that. I don't know. Similarly, we have this Spinda and Cast Form. I don't know what set that's from, but they are official cards. So now we move on. Now this is my unofficial section. So these cards are not legit. They are not Pokemon Company. So we have the 2 Baby Eifs from China. I think people say Baby Elf, but I believe it's Baby Eif. These are the only cards with Spinda on in the Baby Eifs, or the Eifs. Sorry, I call them Baby Eifs. They're not Baby Eifs, they're just Eif. I think these were Eif 3.0. And again, these are unofficial from China. So we have Spinda and Lapras, and then Spinda, Skitty, and Slakoth there. I don't believe there are any more Eif cards with Spinda on them, but it's very hard to find a complete checklist of all the Eif cards, of course, because they're unofficial. And then we also have the Spinda Christmas card from Peru. So again, this is a Peruvian card. It is not official. I've spoke about these more in my Whatnot videos as well. Finally, for my unofficial things, we have this card here. I don't have much information about this at all. I bought this from a friend at a toy fair, and Spinda is in the doorway just here. You also have Plusle and Minun as well, so I definitely need a duplicate of this card. So hopefully I can find one. But I did a reverse image search, and this image here, I think, is a legit image, but the product that it's on, unfortunately, isn't. Think things like AliExpress and Temu for that one. So I am happy to have the image, but unfortunately, I hate when this happens. I don't think that the original artist was credited for this card, which always upsets me. I'm hoping it's an AI image, so nobody was ripped off there, because I don't like that. Then we move on to my customs. And I absolutely love this page. So this is a card from Hanaki, who I buy from a lot on Whatnot, or I used to buy a lot from on Whatnot. They drew me a lovely little Spinda here. Then we have the card from Chestina. You can find her on Instagram. Her work is absolutely beautiful, as you can see here. So Chestina does custom Pokemon cards. So this is a legit Paradox Rift Pokemon card of Spinda, and she's obviously drawn on top of it. And that sounds so simple, but it's not. Custom work is incredibly difficult, and I think she does an amazing job. So please go check out Chestina if you haven't already. Now down at the bottom, these are just stunning, aren't they? So we have a regular Spinda, and this Spinda is in olive green because that is Spinda's shiny variant. This is the only shiny Spinda I own in my entire collection, both in cards and the rest of my Spinda collection. To my knowledge, they never made anything official for Spinda's shiny form, which is a little upsetting, but it's okay. So these, unfortunately, I do not know the name of the artist, and I need to. These were bought on Whatnot via Berta at LA 3D Prints. I have spoken about her before, and it's her friend that makes these beautiful, beautiful artworks. I do also have a Baneri, a Lopunny, and a Sylveon from her as well. Beautiful, and I absolutely love them. So the custom page is definitely one of my favorites, I would say. So we don't have too much more to go now because obviously there's not that much Spinda merchandise. We have another custom here. This is a drawing of my Spinda Kunut that I bought from Haneke. You have seen the Kunut in other videos as well. Then we have a couple of random cards here. So we have this card, and unfortunately I cannot remember the name of the set for this one, but it is an official card from Japan. And then we move on to the Spinda Zukan cards. So you might think that these two are exactly the same, but they're actually not. So I do need quite a few Spinda Zukan. I am missing a few. I believe on the back of some of the Zukan cards, it makes a bigger picture, and Spinda is in the bottom right-hand corner of those cards. So I do need a couple of those cards as well, but they can be quite expensive. So I am also missing the 2005 Zukan, which looks exactly the same as these two, but I will quickly show you the difference. So this is the 2003 card, and as you can see, it says number 114 in yellow there. And then we move down to the 2004 card, and you can see it has what looks like some sort of rock or a boulder, and the number is 276. So they are different cards. Similarly, like I say, the 2005 has exactly the same image, but it looks a little bit different at the bottom here, so I have to have it. I also really like this adventure card as well. So then we move on again, and this is again more Zukan. The 2005 picture cards I was discussing, I need number 1 and number 2. They have Spinda on the back. Then we have these Game Boy cards here. Again, they are official. They may be a little hard to see. I'll try and move them up for you because the Spindas on them are quite small. But this is, I think, potentially Spinda's original sprite. Don't quote me, so that's pretty cool. But these are E-series cards, I believe is what you call those. Now we move on to pretty much the final section of this binder, and I decided because there wasn't that much Spinda merch that I could put in the binder, I was going to collect trainers who have a Spinda in their party. So Norman has a Spinda, so this space is reserved for Norman's full art when I get it. Then we have the Pokemon Ranger card. I believe this gentleman here owns a Spinda, and there is a full art of the Pokemon Rangers, which will be going there. And then we move on to this page where the Ace trainers have a Spinda, and I believe, off the top of my head, this is going to be hard. I do have them written on my phone. There's a space for Twins, the Twins card, and obviously 2 more, as you can see. I'm not collecting the reverses of these just at the moment, but I thought it would be nice to have all of the trainers that have a Spinda. And spoiler alert, there's not that many. So then we have a few empty pages because, of course, as I say, there's not that much Spinda. So we have lots and lots of pages to fill, but if anyone can fill them, it's me. And finally, at the back, we have my duplicate Spinda cards. Currently, only 3. So that's not too bad, actually. And then nothing here, my spare silver sleeves. One last note, all of these silver sleeves, as you can see, will eventually be turned into red sleeves. I've used red sleeves for my Plusle collection, and it looks amazing. So at one point, these silver sleeves will be red. But there you have it. That is a tour of my Spinda binder. I hope you've enjoyed. I know that some of you here have no interest in Pokemon, so I do apologise. I'm trying to keep the video game and Pokemon videos quite even on this channel because video games and Pokemon are, of course, 2 of my passions here. So thank you very much for watching. Again, if there's any Pokemon videos you would like to see, let me know. I would love to do more updated collection videos because the collection is changing all of the time. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye EMbers.